Hi all and welcome to Indigo Yoga online. So I thought it was about time I maybe started making some videos on a YouTube channel just so that in this difficult situation, having to cancel my group classes, I can send something out for everyone who might still want to practice a little bit of yoga at home. So we'll keep it nice and simple. I won't do a whole hour, I'll do about 40-45 minutes, something that realistically you guys can do at home and you can do anywhere. You don't need a mat, you don't need your props. Please just find a nice big space, nice open bit of floor, maybe on a carpet, something slightly softer. Grab a book if you don't have a block, grab a cushion if you don't have a bolster, and we'll just run through some nice sequencing. It's always nice to have someone tell you what to do. It's hard to do these things at home on your own without a little bit of motivation. So take what you want from the class. I will do something somewhere in between a flow and a mellow. So hopefully if you're feeling energetic, you can add in some more vinyasas. If you're into the mellow classes, just take what you want from the classes. Hold the poses longer if you want to go deeper into the stretches. But we'll start with some nice traditional yoga. Some nice sequencing, go through some warriors, a little bit of hip opening, and a little bit of heart opening, and hopefully we can all find a little bit of calmness in this chaos. So when you're ready, coming down onto the floor wherever you are, coming to cross-legged, Sukhasana, easy seated pose, obviously sitting up on a cushion if that feels nicer. And gently just closing off the eyes, bringing the hands onto the knees. So you're just beginning to shut everything else out. So coming into this moment, this present moment, and taking the next 40 minutes or so for you, for your mind, for your breath, and for your body to completely unwind. So just begin to gently scan over your body. How is it feeling? How are you doing this afternoon? Or this morning or this evening, whenever you're watching it. So just bring your awareness to any areas that feel a little bit tense, a little bit tight, and that's use our breath. And let's start to let go of some of this tension. So slowing down the inhale. And lengthening the exhale. Every breath in, I want you to just feel your spine begin to elongate. So we're just lengthening up, creating space between each of the vertebrae. As you exhale, keep that length in the spine, but allow the shoulders to soften down the back. So lovely long necks, shoulders away from the ears. Feeling nice and grounded through your roots. So lovely strong foundations, being aware of that contact point with the earth. And then on your next breath, just want you to take one hand onto your abdomen and one onto your heart space. Just to begin to really feel that breath. So as you breathe in, feeling the belly fill, feeling the rib cage rise. As you breathe out, feeling the rib cage drop down, allowing the belly to fall. So taking a few more rounds of your breath. Nice, smooth, steady, slow breath. bring in your ujjayi breathing. Just add a little constriction to the back of your throat. Allow that breath to be a little bit noisier. Make that nice hushing sound as you breathe out. Gently releasing the hands. Take them to the knees and just blink the eyes open, but keep your gaze nice and low. So don't focus in on anything as we do some nice shoulder rolls. So taking the shoulders up to the ears as you inhale, and releasing them down the back as you exhale. One more time, inhaling. And exhaling. Beautiful, guys. I need to take your left hand, just slide it over to the left hand side of your body as you sweep your right arm up and over, reaching through the fingertips. Taking a gentle bend into the left elbow, opening through the right shoulder, feeling a lovely deep stretch down this right side of the body. Any tension in the neck, just take your gaze down to the floor. Keep pressing this right hip down to the ground. As you exhale, coming down over your left thigh, so walking your hands forwards. Getting that length in the spine first, and then folding down over the left leg. Actively press the ground away from you with your hands. Feel your tailbone coming down behind you. Breathing into that right rib cage. And then releasing, coming to center. So just walking those hands out in front of you again. Find that length first in the spine, and then gently release the body down. Beautiful, coming back up. Taking it over to the right, so let's reach over this right thigh. Find that rotation, find that length, and then fold down. Just keep that breath lovely and smooth. Pressing the hands away, drawing that left sit bone back down to the ground. And then gently bringing the right hand out to the right and rolling up through this left shoulder. So shoulders nice and open, reaching over to the the right hand side. Feel the chest expanding, feel the shoulder rotating in its socket. As you inhale, come back to center. Beautiful, guys. Into those hands, press them up and away. Shoulders down, palms up. Open the chest, take the gaze up. Exhale, hands come out to the side, round behind you, interlace those fingers, send the heart up. Exhale, hinging at your hips, coming back into a forward fold. So wake those shoulders up and allow the hands to hang heavy over the head. And inhale back to center. Bring those hands back around to the front. Interlace your fingers, press them away. Hollow out the belly, stretch the skin across the back. And then inhale, push it forwards and back up. Exhale, hands come back down. Beautiful, well done everybody. So we're going to come to tabletop, so however you want to get there is fine. You can roll forwards over your knees, or you can just spin yourself around. Coming onto all fours. Let's keep our wrist below our shoulders, so let's make sure this is a nice straight line. Hips above the knees, press the tops of the feet down to the floor. Find that length from the crown to the tailbone. And on an inhale, come into your cow. So drop the belly, lift the gaze. Stick your bottoms right up in the air, guys. Allow that belly to drop down as you exhale, round through the spine. Suck that belly button in, press the ground away, chin comes to chest. And inhale back through. Exhale away. One more time, moving with your breath. Make these movements as exaggerated as you can. Back to neutral. Again, engage through the core as you sweep your right arm up to the sky. Open through the shoulder. Twist through the spine as you exhale. Threading the needle. Right hand comes down underneath the left arm. If your shoulder doesn't come all the way down to the floor like this, grab a cushion, grab a bolster. So this is absolutely fine. Come to where it feels right for you. Keep reaching your right fingers away. Palms should be facing up. On an inhale, take your left arm up to the sky and release it round behind you. Maybe hook onto your right thigh. Keep the hips stacked above the knees. Don't let them come over to the right. Feeling your shoulder release. Making sure all the weight is on the shoulder, not in the neck or the head. Gently release that left hand. I want you to bring it down by your face. And when you're ready, we're going to send that left leg back and up. Lifting through the left leg. Keep that leg nice and active. If you can, we're going to transition from here straight into our extended tabletop. So again, keep the legs nice and strong. You can press the heel away, point the toes down. Reaching with the right fingers, pressing with the back left heel. If you want to, bring it straight round into your tiger's tail. So grabbing onto the ankle or the shin, lifting the chest, taking the gaze forwards. If you can't make that connection, staying here, absolutely fine. Make sure this midline is nice and locked. Gently release it back down. Take a little cat-cow, reset your spine. We'll go on the other side, so this time inhale the left arm up. Exhale, taking the left arm underneath the right, coming down onto that left shoulder. Into your thread the needle, so again, make sure that you come down completely onto the shoulder. Hips are above the knees as you inhale that right arm up and taking it round behind you. So that just forces a little bit more rotation into that right shoulder. Left palm facing up. Let's release the right hand back up and take it down by our face. So we're going to extend our right leg back and lift it up into the sky. Keep that leg nice and strong. Keep lifting. Then bring your awareness into your right hand as you press it into the hand. Take the left arm forwards, coming to your extended tabletop. Turn the toes down, press the heel away. Breathing nice and deeply, keeping this tummy nice and strong. Everything's drawing into the midline. You want to take it straight into your tiger's tail. Opening the chest, gaze is forward. Keep kicking that foot into the hand. Lifting the leg. One more breath. And gently release it back. Take one final cat-cow. Lovely, guys. So keeping these hips above their knees. Let's walk our hands down into our puppy dog pose. So really allow your chest to come down to the ground. Keep pressing the hands away, keep the bottom above the knees. So you should feel a really lovely big opening into the armpits, into the shoulders. Arms nice and active. Steady, nice, smooth breath. Remember, keep the face soft. As you inhale, drop down onto your belly, into your sphinx. Open your heart, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the leg muscles. Feel that lower back beginning to engage. It doesn't look like we're doing much here, but you should really begin to feel it. If you don't, actively pull your forearms back towards you. Bring that heart forwards. Exhale, take it all the way down. So from here, hands come underneath the shoulders, and we're going to tuck our toes, coming all the way back through our child's pose, releasing the bottom down to the heels. Keep those toes tucked, arms nice and long as you inhale, rock the body forwards, lift it up into your downward facing dog. So again, walking those heels in a little bit, spreading through the hands, take your dog for a little walk. So let's just wake up our hamstrings, bending through one leg, bending through the other. Once you feel nice and open, come to a stillness, so find your dog. Work those heels down, shoulders wrapping around the back. Draw the navel to spine. The back of the neck nice and long. So 2 more breaths here, nice long breaths guys. Keep everything active, don't let things collapse. On an inhale, bring the body forward into a high plank. Option to drop those knees down if you want to. Press the ground away, press the heels away. So lift your heels, press them away. Draw that belly in. Inhaling here, holding the plank. As we come down, we're going to come down through a vinyasa, so you can take a chaturanga, or you can drop the knees and the chest and the chin. So knees, chest, chin, press forwards. Or we're going to come down through chaturanga, keeping those elbows pinched in, lowering down in a nice straight line. Inhaling forwards, don't let your thighs touch the ground. Exhaling, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, work those heels down. Letting everything settle. As we inhale, come up onto your tippy toes, bend the knees, draw the chest to the thighs. Exhale, work the heels back down. Lovely guys, inhale, come onto the tippy toes again, chest to thighs. Exhale, back down. One more time, come up higher on the tiptoes. Bend the knees, chest to thighs. And relax. Beautiful. One more time through a vinyasa. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. So we're going to take the gaze to the front of our mats. And we're going to step our feet in between our hands. So left leg steps. Right leg steps into your halfway lift. Nice long spine, fingertips to the shins. If you're feeling flexible, they can be down to the floor. As you exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Letting everything go. So if you need to, take a little bend in the knees here. Allow the chest to come down to the thighs. Perhaps take hold of opposite elbows and have a little sway from side to side. Keep sending your hips up, keep allowing the head to drop down. And gently release as you inhale, sweeping those arms out nice and wide. Hands coming to prayer, exhale. Hands to heart center, so coming to Tadasana, relax your shoulders, palms facing forwards. Feeling nice and grounded. Keep tucking through the tailbone. Beautiful, inhale, taking the arms up above your head. Exhale, hands to the heart space, ground down into your left leg, step it back with the right. We're coming to warrior one, so drop your right heel down 45 degrees, square the hips to the front wall, sink down into your lunge, inhale, arms come up. So we want a nice right angle in that left knee. Keep deepening the lunge, but keep this back leg lovely and strong and keep drawing the hips around to face the front. Gaze coming up to the hands, if it feels okay. Inhale, let's open this into our warrior two, so pivot those hips, maybe widen the stance, sink down into your lunge. Again, nice deep right angle. Reaching in opposite directions, gaze comes over your middle fingers. Shoulders down. Stay with your breath. Keep this back arm nice and lifted, make sure it's not dropped down. Inhale, reach forwards, reverse your warrior, flip the palm, take it all the way back. We need to take your gaze down to your back foot and then look up towards your hand. So we're just releasing any tension from that neck. If it feels okay, you can bring the right hand behind, taking hold of your left thigh. Don't lose that lunge, draw that leg out a little bit to the left. Exhale, bring it back, warrior two. We'll move straight through to our extended side angle, left elbow comes down, right arm reaches up and over. So look at this nice long diagonal line from my right fingertips to my right toes. Keep that nice and long, that line. If it feels okay, you can release your left hand down inside your left leg. Maybe even onto a block or a book. Gaze is up under the armpit, otherwise down to the ground. Keep actively engaging through the core, drawing those thighs together so everything's fired up in the midline. As you inhale, take it back to center. Warrior two. Sink a little deeper. And exhale, straighten off your left leg. So we're going to make our way to triangle pose now. If your arms are getting a little bit achy, options to take hold of opposite elbows as we come into our side stretch. So begin to reach over your left leg. Keeping these sides nice and long. Reaching. When you can't reach anymore, let's come into our twist. Our side stretch. So left hand down, right arm up. Now, if by having your left hand down here, you're completely folding over like this, slide it up, open that right shoulder. Doesn't matter where this hand ends up, as long as you've got that nice openness through the chest. So coming to some nice deep breaths here. Really well, guys. One more breath. And as we breathe in, let's take it back up to center. Beautiful. Pivot your left toes. Take the hands to the hips. Standing up nice and straight. Open through the heart. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. As we exhale, hinging at your hips. Leading with your heart. Coming down into your wide-legged forward fold. So if you want to, you might want to adjust the stance of your legs, gently releasing the hands down to the ground when you're ready. Now you can keep the spine long here. If that feels enough, or you can exhale and just release everything down. If you feel you're miles away from the floor, don't let the hands dangle, put them onto a block, okay? Or a book, or a cushion, or whatever you have handy. Bring the weights into your heels. Keep actively pressing into the hands, drawing the head down a little bit deeper. Soften it through the face. When you're ready, let's all just come forwards to a nice flat back. Find that length. Ground down into your left hand, lift the right arm up to the sky. So again, nice open right shoulder. If you want to take it a little deeper, take your left hand over to the right ankle. Center. Grounding down into your right hand. Let's take that left arm up to the sky. If you want to come a little deeper, right hand comes to the left ankle. Back to center. One more nice lengthening. Lean back into your heels. Just lift your tiptoes off the ground. And then we're gently going to begin to walk ourselves around to the right. So hands walk around, right toes turn to face the right side. Hop that left leg out a little bit. So we're setting up for warrior one. Engage through your core. So everything squeezes. Engage that thigh as you inhale, come up nice and smooth. Into warrior one, Virabhadrasana one, sinking nice and deep. Shoulders relax, take that gaze up. Keep squaring off those hips and keep drawing that left hip around in its socket. Tailbone touch, tummy button in. Shoulders relax, gaze comes up. Inhale. Exhaling, feeling strong in your legs, drawing energy up through the soles of your feet as you transition to warrior two, hips squaring to the side. Sinking down, keep this right thigh nice and open, don't let it roll in, keep it nice and open. Shoulders relaxed, gaze is over your middle finger. Beautiful guys, stay so strong in these legs, feel everything fired up around the thighs, around the pelvis. As you inhale, reach it forwards to reverse the warrior, take it back. So left hand rests on the back of this left leg, or you can take it around to the inside of the right thigh. Gaze comes down to your back foot and then up to your hand. Keep that lunge nice and deep. Heart nice and open. As we exhale back through warrior two, we're going to come all the way down into our side angle. So right elbow comes to the right knee, left arm reaches. Keep that left shoulder nice and open. I can see here that my foot has overshot my knee, so you want to keep that foot underneath the knee. Option here to take the right hand down inside that right calf. Guys, stay nice and strong. And as you inhale, taking it back through your warrior two, straightening out the right leg, coming to Trikonasana. So again, option to keep the arms out to the sides or take them to opposite elbows. Leaning towards the front of your mat, exhaling to rotate down into triangle pose. So don't worry where your right hand is. Don't worry if you're right up here. Keep this left shoulder opening. If you've got the hand behind your back, you've still got that left hand shoulder nice and open. Inhale back to center. Beautiful. Beautiful. Pivot those toes. We're going to interlace our hands behind us this time. Open through the front body. Send those hands down. As you exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together, leading with the heart, sending the hands over the head. Option to keep them here, option to release your hands down to the ground. Keep pressing the weight into your heels. Maybe turning those toes in just a little bit if you want a deeper stretch. Beautiful, everybody, pressing up together. Nice long spine. And we're going to heel toe our feet in just a little bit, nice and slowly. Making our way all the way back to Uttanasana. So forward fold, legs together, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, come down over your legs. Letting everything go here. If you want to, you can give yourselves a nice little hug. So wrapping the arms around the back of your legs. Gently release, rooting down to rise up, bend those knees, coming up nice and slowly, hands reaching over the head, exhale, hands down to heart center. Coming to Tadasana, have a little drink if you need to, everyone. We're going to do a little bit of balancing, and then we'll come back down to the mat. I'm just going to grab a drink myself. So, a little bit of balance. Obviously you're at home, you can do it wherever you want. You need to be by a wall, please feel free. So let's just try and connect two balances. I know you can't see my head, but you don't need to see my head. So let's try and connect tree with an extended leg balance. So we'll all come into our tree. So again, start on the left side as normal. Fire up this thigh, lift the kneecap, engage through the glutes, make everything nice and active, and take your foot either onto the calf or into the thigh. You can bring it into half a lotus if that feels nice. If you haven't got any balance today, just place it on top of your left foot and the hands come to heart center. Shoulders relaxing down. Finding your focus point, slowing everything down. When you're ready, lifting your arms and opening out the branches. Take a chin mudra if you can, thumb and forefinger together. Slow the breath back down. Find the control you need to do this pose. As we inhale, taking your arms back up above your head. Exhale, hands down to the heart space. So if we can, we're going to transition straight into our next balance. So just gently release the foot, hug that knee in towards you. Good demonstration there, Bowman. So give yourself a nice big hug. Lucky there's pianos behind me. Standing nice and tall, we're going to reach down and take our peace fingers around our big toe, or just take hold of the inside of our foot. Now, option here, you can try and extend the leg. Hand comes to the hip, taking it out to the side. If this isn't for you, bend the knee. Take hold of the knee. Open the hip. So 2 options. Work with your body today. Whichever one feels nicer for you. Again, find that control, find that focus. You can always lift the left arm as well. Nice steady breaths, nice strong foundations as we come back through center. Bringing that knee in towards the chest, giving yourself one more nice little big hug. Nice little big hug. Goodness knows what that means. Exhale, bringing the right hand down to meet the left. Give them a little shake. Well done. So we'll go on the other side. So let's see if we can transition a little bit more smoothly now. We know where we're going, we know what we're doing. So again, draw the right kneecap up, engage through the glute, engage through the thigh, ground down into your mat as you take your left leg to wherever you had it on the other side. Try and keep this hip nice and open. When you feel ready, open up your tree. Exhale, branches open. Chin mudra. Slow everything down. As we inhale, taking those arms back up above the head. Exhale, hands down to your heart space, staying nice and strong in your right leg as we gently release the left foot and give our knee a nice big squeeze. Lengthening up, find that focus. We're either going to keep hold of the knee or we're going to reach down and take hold of the foot. Right hand comes to the hip, extend the leg first. Exhale, open it up. Pressing the foot into the hand if it's extended. Keep opening through the hip if you're holding the knee. One more breath. Gently release, so bending the knee. Taking it into the center of the body, giving it a squeeze. Exhale, releasing it down to the ground. Beautiful, give everything a nice big shake. Lovely, guys. So we're going to come to the front of our mat. Standing into Tadasana, nice and tall. Send your tailbone down to the ground. Hug that belly in. Engaging through the core, through the legs as we inhale, our arms up above us, lovely and wide. Hands come to prayer. As we exhale, hinging forwards at your hips, keeping a nice flat back. Bring your prayer down through the third eye. As we release all the way down to the floor. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And exhale, let's melt down over our legs. Let everything go. Give the head a little shake. If you want to here, you can bring your hands underneath your feet. So the soles of your feet are on the palms of your hands. So allowing yourself to fold a little deeper. Gently release. So from here, I want you to ground down into the palms and take a nice big step back into your downward facing dog. Pressing through the hands, sending those hips back, heels working down to the ground. So option to stay here for a few breaths. Otherwise we're going to come through a vinyasa. So inhale forwards, high plank. That's my cuckoo clock. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, push it forwards, upward dog, shoulders relax. Exhale, roll over those toes, downward facing dog. Lovely, everyone on your inhale, picking your left leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Press that back heel away, keep those hips nice and square. Beautiful. As we inhale, let's sweep the leg through. So we're going to take the back of the left knee to the back of the left hand. Foot behind the right, making our way to pigeon. So untuck your toes. Lengthen up through your spine. Get these hips nice and square. So let's set everything up nicely first. Really send that right leg back. Walk the hands in if you need to. Open through the front body. As we exhale, let's come down onto the forearms. So have a little think about your left hip. If it's miles off the ground here, place a cushion underneath it. You know what to do, everybody. When you're ready, coming down into your pigeon. So I'll give you the option if you want to take a twisted pigeon, as we did in thread the needle. Right hand comes underneath the left. Walking that left arm, left fingers forwards, resting onto that right shoulder. Keep squaring your hips off, guys. Breathing into the left hip. Working into that right hip flexor. Beautiful. So nice and slowly, we'll begin to release. Coming back onto the forearms, squaring everything off and gently walking them back in towards the body. Lengthening up through that spine. Taking a little quad stretch here, so bend your right leg in. If it feels okay, reach around with your right hand, reaching for the foot. You can always walk that foot down into the elbow if that feels okay. Maybe lifting your left arm up. Maybe binding into your mermaid. Wherever feels good. Can't make that connection, you can just stay here with that quad activating. You should feel it in the hamstring. And gently release. Beautiful. So bring your hands back down to the ground. Spread through the palms. Tuck your right toes under. Lift that knee and extend all the way back. Three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Work your heels down. This is our last one, guys. So really relax through those shoulders. Really melt the chest down towards the thighs. Send those hips up. Work those heels down. Beautiful. Inhale, right leg comes up, three-legged. Keep those hips nice and square. Keep lifting. Press through the back heel. Point the toes down. As you exhale, bring the leg through. Right knee comes to the back of the right wrist. And the right foot comes over to the left. Left leg walks back. Untuck your toes. Make sure this leg is lovely and straight and keep squaring these hips off. So you want your hips completely square to the front of the mat or your carpet or wherever you are. Opening up through your chest. Exhale, come forwards onto your forearms. So again, if you find this is really lifted here, place something under that right hip. Now option to come down into a straight pigeon, or if you're feeling funky, come into a twisted pigeon. So threading that left arm underneath the right, as we did in thread the needle. Really resting on this left shoulder, walking your right arm forwards. And finding some softness, so just coming down to the floor, allowing the body to release, allowing the body to let go. Breathing into your right hip, your right glute. Feeling the stretch across the front of the left hip flexor. Nice full breaths, don't limit your breath. Find a little bit of softness in the face. Relax the jaw. Relax the corners of your eyes, the space between your eyebrows. When you're ready, let's gently walk our hands back. Pressing into the hands. up through that chest. Let's come into a final little quad stretch. So again, point the toes, draw them in, work them towards your head. Keep reaching. If it feels okay, you can reach around with your left hand, drawing them in a little bit more. If you can find your balance, you can begin to lift your right arm up. Whoop, I can't on this side. Right arm up into the air. No, I'm not even going to try and demonstrate that side. Nice deep breaths. Gently releasing the left leg down. Beautiful. So rather than coming up into our three-legged, this time I just want you all to flop over onto this right hip and spin around with the left leg. Don't kick a piano. Coming down to the mat. Somewhere like this. More gracefully than I did. So right foot comes to the inside of the left thigh. Let's come into a side stretch. So turn your body to face over your bent knee. Gently walking your left hand down, reaching the right arm up and over towards your left toes. Keeping a nice openness in the chest. Breathing into the right side of your torso. Lifting it back up, releasing your right hand down, taking the left arm up, maybe opening through those hips, opening the front body, palm up to the sky. Exhale, release it back down. Beautiful, let's take that on the other side, so just taking your right leg out, as the long left leg comes in. Bringing that foot into the inside of the thigh, turning to face over your left leg. Keep that right foot nice and flexed as you reach down inside, sweeping the left arm over. So you should feel a really nice deep opening down the left side of the torso, opening through the left rib cage. Stay with that breath. Don't allow the breath to be restricted. Inhale, lift it back up. Beautiful, left hand comes down, right arm raises. Turn your palm to the sky, lift your hips to the sky. Open the front body. Exhale, release. Lovely, guys. Let's finish with a nice big straddle. So taking those legs nice and wide. Nice and open now, grounding down through your thigh bones, through the femurs, through the shins, and begin to tilt your pelvis. So we want to kind of hollow out our belly and hinge at your pelvis first. Hinge forwards at your pelvis first, lovely. So we're going to just slowly walk ourselves down. If you've got a cushion, it's a nice place to use one. I've got my bolster here. We're just going to walk ourselves down. Keep your feet flexed, so keep those toes pointing up. I don't want to see them flop down. Gently release. Close off the eyes. And just let everything go. Visualize the backs of your knees melting down into the ground. Actively press the heels away. Slow the breath down. And on your inhale, make a little bit of space in the body. As you exhale, move into that space. And gently releasing, so walking those hands back. Beautiful. We use our hands just to help our knees. Just slide them in nice and slowly. And we'll finish with a lovely spinal twist, and then we'll just come down to the mat. Because I'm aware I said I do 40 minutes and we're already at 50. So I'm going to come into a nice little spinal twist. We're going to either give the option of keeping this left leg long, taking the right foot over the top. If you feel you can, swing the left leg back round. sure you've got both hips, sit bones down on the floor. Keep hugging the knee in, keep sitting up nice and straight. Lovely, guys. When you're ready, we're going to take our right arm up to the sky and rotate around to the right. So release your right hand behind you. Hug your right knee in. So keep twisting. Keep hugging. Options, take that bind here. Can you thread your left hand through? Can you reach around with your right hand? Gently release. Beautiful. Releasing the legs, sending them both nice and long. So this time we'll keep our right leg straight and take our left leg over to the outside of the right thigh. Option to keep this right leg along the floor. Option to swing that right hip around. Squeezing that knee in towards the body. Taking your left arm up this time as you rotate round to the right. Keep lengthening up through the spine. Nice, guys. Threading your hand through, taking the bind if that feels okay. And gently release. Well done. Sending your legs out long, give them a nice little shake. Let's just take our hands behind us, fingertips forwards, and begin to squeeze and release through the shoulder blades. Take a little bend in your elbows, maybe lower back. Point your toes. And releasing back. So take a bend in the knees. We're going to lower down onto our backs. So if you want to use your core, bring the hands forwards, engaging, sitting nice and long. And lowering down nice and slowly. If you don't want to do that, just lie down onto your mats. However feels nice for you. Keeping the spine lovely and long. Finding that spot to roll over the sit bones. And actively opening the chest. Actively working through the core. Keeping everything nice and steady. Lowering down nice and smoothly. Finally coming into a nice big full body stretch, pointing your legs away. Nice, 3 nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhaling. Exhaling. And again, inhaling. Time, inhaling. Beautiful. Give yourselves a nice big hug, guys. Taking both knees in towards the chest, wrapping your arms around yourself, rocking from side to side. Just releasing off through the lumbar spine. We're going to take the soles of the feet together. Allow them to come down to the ground and just allow the knees to flop open into Supta Baddha Konasana. You can bring the hands onto the thighs and just allow them to gently ease the hips open a little bit more. Close up your eyes, relax through your shoulders. And just let everything go now. Noticing how the body's feeling, how the mind is feeling, how the breath is feeling. And just feeling, hopefully, like we've created a little bit of space in the body and in the mind. A little bit of calm. to the bottom of your mat, allowing everything to be heavy, allowing everything to release. So ankles flopping open, shoulders and head melting down into the ground. Allow the breath to be natural. Allow the face to be soft. And just give yourself, guys, a few minutes here, wherever you may be, and just take this time for yourself. Keep the mind from wandering, staying in the present moment, just gently listening to the sound of your breath. And just taking a moment to thank yourself for making the time for a little bit of home practice today. Feeling free to stay in this Shavasana as long as you like.